Raider Nation, how are you guys doing this evening, this late evening for me, and this 8 p.m. evening time on the West Coast? Welcome to the Unfiltered Truth. I am your host, Phil Jones. Glad to see you guys, and the one and only, the unstoppable, the untouchable Phil Robinson III. How you doing, my brother?
I'm feeling magnificent.
Magnificent!
Magnificent. What's up, Nerfed? Ready to Q?
Q, Jim, Cade McCown, how you doing?
Mr. Morehouse. We just had a shot of Jameson, huh? Hey, that's how you got to start the night off sometimes.
Preach.
That's how you got to start the night off. What we got in store for him today, Phil?
Oh, we're going to just go on and cover up a little bit of this Josh McDaniels talk and, a little bit of Dave Zeigler. And you know what? Let's go on and throw in a little bit of that contract talk for a certain number 4. And when I tell you, we're going to deliver it to you, we're going to make sure we deliver it all.
I promise you.
Every time.
So far, we've looked at McDaniels over this week. They had the coaches and owners meeting and all that good shit. And you see where they're at with free agency. They're saying, hey, we going with this whole 1-year plan. We're gonna run it. So far, it looks like they're running the same system we've seen in New England. And there is nothing wrong with that. If you have already established that you can sell a plan right there, guys are automatically buying in. There's no problem with that. And it saves your cap space. I mean,
absolutely does. And what they've been doing with their cap space has been marvelous. I mean, Zeigler has gone out and signed a whole bunch of, I don't know if you're aware, so far as of now, the Raiders have given out $120 million in guaranteed money.
Yeah, I was starting to look at some of it, and that's clean.
77 million of that 120 million is due this year. First season cap hits.
So with that being in the first season, because I mean, like, we go back and look at I know they just put out Deron Harmon and Jaylen Brown's contract. They're both 1 years.
And their cap numbers are $1,047,000 and some change.
You looking at what I think is $500K or 500 plus?
Yep, something like that. Only in dead money. There's only 5 guys out of the 23 that Zeigler signed who will have any type of dead cap money over $1 million if they were to cut them today.
No, definitely. And we actually really needed this shit. Especially you see over the past couple of years, everybody's been so worried about us with free agency. Like, oh, well, look at all these bad contracts that we had with Gruden, and then we had, I say, a few with under McKenzie's regime. Right now, it's easy to walk scot-free away. Because if we remember how we looked at some of the contracts a couple months ago, we were looking at it as that's a lot of void shit that's going to hurt us.
Mm-hmm.
And we were able to get Giannis off of us.
That was masterful how he did that. He managed to pull that off without accruing any dead money aside from the signing bonus money they'd already paid him. The Colts picked, and not only did the Colts give them the corner that they needed at $2.5 million, but they picked up his extra cap money hits and dead money hits, and then took the salary off of our hands for Yannick. So the Colts did us an all-around solid in a player-for-player trade, which is why those usually are just unheard of.
But I'm getting bullied.
I know, by a Porky Pig himself.
Oh no. So going back to something that was being said at the league meeting, well, the interview they had yesterday morning, Josh McDaniels was talking about Derek Carr and his extension. Man, oh man, Captain OG McDaniels had.
Shout out to them. Jerry Robertson. Yep. That's what's up.
Hell yeah. So McDaniels, they want to basically, you look at the offense right now, this is built all around for Derek Carr. It's like the Oprah Winfrey giveaway. We got you the wide receiver that you wanted. You already had Hunter Renfrow. We got you some extra running backs. You wanted some continuity with the O-line. We have it.
So let me ask you a question.
What's up?
Finish your thought, and I'll wait for you to finish your thought.
Okay. So you have with the O-line, you still got everybody that's still in place. You got Darren Waller back. Jacobs is there with additional help with Kenyon Drake and then Brandon Bolden. So you have everything at your dispense where you should have nothing but success. And then they gave you more wide receivers in Robinson and Hollins. And then you still have Johnson, who has blazing speed. So at the end of the day, when you look at everything that has been laid out, they built this offense to help support Derek Carr at the highest ability that they can.
So the question that I had, and if you're finished,
yes,
the question that I had is this offense really set up for Derek Carr, or is it just set up to be a good offense in general?
I think this is a good offense in general. Now I think, and a lot of folks, they always want to say, well, how come he didn't say that? I mean, this is still a business. He's still your quarterback on the contract. You're not going to say something like that out in the open. It becomes offensive. And then you're also working in a situation of, okay, we're dealing with the new contract situation right now. We're trying to have him extended. We don't need his agent coming at you and throwing a left hook at you. And then it's all straight madness. Now, Cap, I know everybody feels that the O-line is a bit shaky, but this staff believes they can do a way better job than the staff before. They believe that they can get more out of these players. They believe they can put them in a better spot to succeed. So we can't really judge anything until we actually see it. If they're saying that, well, look at the O-line I had in New England, and look how well they've been doing elsewhere when they leave us. They don't look too hot when they leave us, but when they're with us, they have great success. We've seen prime examples. Nate Solder, you remember when he left New England? Has he looked good ever since?
Nope.
When you saw Trent Brown leave, you saw how inconsistent he was?
He made a Pro Bowl the first year.
But was it consistent?
He made a Pro Bowl the first year.
That's
then
true.
He almost died in the training room.
Yeah, all right. But my point is that O-line coach that they have there,
Carmen Brasillo.
Yeah, Carmen Brasillo, he can get the job done. So everybody needs to just relax. Let these men that we're working with right now do their damn jobs. They come from
the term is called ascending young players. That's a specific Dave Zeigler term. Ascending young players. That means that they have their developmental factor is on high, and that they are continuing to get better and improve, because Brandon Parker is not a finished product. So they still feel like they can get even more out of him than they already have. They paid him starter money, and they're going to give him the opportunity to compete. And these were the words of Dave Ziegler out of his mouth.
Now, BK, I saw something right there. You said McDaniels mentioned Brandon Parker a couple of times, though it seems that they think coaching it was an issue for him. And you're absolutely right. It was an issue. When you have your offensive line coach having you slide in the guard, slide that tackle position, slide at some center for a few snaps, where you need to work on developing and focusing on that one spot to build your craft. Now, don't get me wrong. You always want to have a versatile O-lineman, but you want to have that one. If you know that they're going to be good at this spot, you want them to truly build at that spot. And that's what was not happening for Brandon Parker. Brandon Parker, if you paid attention to his development over the years with him and his body development, he looked from I was chubby, sloppy. Okay, I'm starting to get some definition, and it's been showing. And yes, he isn't a zone blocking offensive tackle.
Nope. No, he's not. All footwork is all bad for that. Yes. He's a pure power guy. Needs to be coming downhill, down blocking, or kicking out. But if you're asking him to start running sideways, you've already lost.
No, definitely. So again,
and Joku, you'd be surprised at what they do out there with what Brasillo's been able to do.
He's done some great stuff.
He's done some great stuff with less.
So again, we can't judge and say that, oh, this is going to be a shaky O-line. I keep telling folks, coaching plays a part. You're coaching and teaching.
Yes.
If you're not doing the teaching part, you're not going to have the success that you should be getting. If you really look at it with the O-line that Derek Carr has had before that shakeup, he had veteran pieces all around that had already been coached up and they've been taught and they had already been Pro Bowlers and whatnot. Mm-hmm. So at the end of the day, when you came in the 2018 rookie, scrub, Pro Bowler,
whatever.
Okay, and you got that whole mix up. It's like it was like we were playing Scrabble. So you didn't know what you were going to get next. So when I say that you need to just trust what this new staff is going to go in and do, let them do it. If they think they know better, then damn it, they know better. If you look at where the O-line was ranked the past couple of years when it came to run blocking and pass protection, I'm going to trust them before judging them.
So it's funny that you brought this up, Cool Kev. We will see how Parker survived training camp. Mad Max getting in that ass. I would actually think that with Max and Chandler Jones to go up against in practice every day, that it would be the old iron sharpens iron mentality, and with a coach that could actually coach you up when you do something wrong and help you figure out what it is that you actually do right and can maximize your size and length, of Brandon Parker anyway, to turn him into the tackle that they need him to be. They're not going to move Leatherwood back out there, and it's going to be a competition between him, Illuminor, and whoever else that is that they think they're going to put out there in the mix.
So, that being said, I read this quote. We are trying to build around Derek Carr. As far as an extension talks, Derek's going to have to make decisions about what's best for him. And we have to try to do that's what's right for the team. there will be a sweet spot in there, hopefully, for everybody. So when we heard this,
Rainbows and sunshine, unicorns and lollipops.
we had an instant response, not from Mr. Carr, but from Mr. Younger.
Tim.
And I'm going to tell you, you need to pay close attention to what Tim Younger has said. Because I'm going to tell you this, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, don't go there. Just tell him what Younger said. I have the response to him.
You got the response?
I have the response to him.
Clubs always do what's best for the team in every situation. Players, quarterbacks, don't expect teams to do what is best for the player. Successful negotiations always end in a sweet pop. That said, our practice is not to comment publicly regarding ongoing negotiations. So I'm going to tell you this shit right now. Younger been on Twitter about as long as me. That man don't hardly ever tweet shit. I mean, typing tweet. I mean, he might put like a post of a photo saying, congratulations, we just had this guy sign with us, or, you know, he's like retweeting something and whatnot. He doesn't really get into that kind of detail. But for that to pop up on Twitter, that struck a nerve. I'm dead serious. That has struck a nerve, and I'm paying close. I'm paying close attention, because this man, the last time he responded on Twitter, what I mean by him tweeting, I say it was March 19th, but it was a photo. And oh yeah, he has Kenny Pickett as one of his clients.
So
he doesn't make comments like that on Twitter. I'm telling you this, he doesn't make comments like that on Twitter. That is bothering to me.
Didn't bother just you. It also bothered Mark Davis. Mark Davis didn't really appreciate those comments that Tim Younger made, and neither did Dave Zeigler. So when Dave spoke and said, amongst all the other things that he said, he referred to contract negotiations and finding that quote unquote sweet spot. And when asked about contract negotiations, he had this to say: those are really personal things, personal to the player, personal to their families, and personal for the organization. The way that I'm going to handle those things here and going forward is keeping those things in house, keeping those discussions between myself and Tim and Derek. And I think that's the right way to do business. I think that's the appropriate and respectful way to do business. He had spoken about how they had a relationship outside of football, how they were friendly friends of what nature, but when talking about how this contract negotiation was going, there came a very astute business like look that came about his face. And looking at what he said in response to all the other things that I've heard and what Younger said, is that there is some serious friction there.
Sounds like a snag. Hey, how you doing, bro? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing, Gabe?
Hey, what up, boo?
Gil, how you doing?
Hot Wheels, lead the way.
All right. So I know a couple of you
That's real.
guys. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You hit right on it. So you remember I put that tweet out a while back? 3 years, 45 million, no trade clause. But we're gonna go a little bit higher with that number this time. Should I just go in and put it? You know what? I'm gonna be fun with the fans tonight.
Be fun with the fans. Gabe says this is just all a negotiation tactic trying to save some money off the top. Actually, what it is that they're offering 2 years worth of extension on top of the year that he's playing under right now, which would be 3 years, and he's looking for 4. Long time ago, months ago, when this whole thing first started, I told you that we've seen this no trade clause. You know he wants one, and he wants one desperately. And it's ultimately going to be the snag that they cannot get across. Because he's not going to get enough. Well, I have no reason to believe that they will give him a no trade clause just because he wants one.
So
that's not how Zeigler does business.
I ain't think nobody caught that. But I was crunching some numbers together, and
distance.
You remember the number? You remember the numbers I showed you in that little chat? It might be that, man, or close around that range. So we're looking at probably close all that total. You're looking within what, about 3 to 4 years. So what you have with the 19 mil, and let's just say we're just gonna take the max of what that scenario just put up there, about 55 million. So that's 4 years.
I knew we'd get there eventually, Gabe. It was somewhere down the road we had to cross paths. It was bound to happen, and now we finally found that point.
Oh, $80 million up front in cash.
No, the no trade clause. He was
no. I'm saying I just
and
$80 million up front in cash. $80 million.
He's not getting 40.
$80 million.
You could drop that probably by maybe by about 10.
So he's basically okay. So it's basically about Tyreek Hill, what he got with his contract number for the upfront money. So, and no, it's not a bluff. It ain't a bluff.
How in the hell do you have a 3-year deal with no trade on a portion of the contract?
No, baby. It don't work like that, honey. Let me tell you something, honey. It don't work like that.
That dog don't hunt. That dog don't hunt. His Magic City Magic. No, we not been sniffing erasers and
no. I gotta keep my job, homie. I don't play that.
Joey Boy Raider. What's crazy is they're planning for either way because, as Zeigler said, you have to be ready to pivot. You could be
How you
all
like that?
in. You could be all in, but if money or something else comes up, then you got to be ready to pivot.
How do you like that, Phil?
So if that's what he wants, then that's why he's not getting it.
Here, let me make everybody spit their liquor out while they're sitting here.
Said if it has before, I'd very much like to see that contract. I would very much like to see that contract.
Somebody gonna say, "What the fuck?" Y'all know I ain't bullshitting. I ain't got time for this shit. It's bad for your health to bullshit somebody.
We'll see. It could potentially drag out.
This is what we're looking at.
It could be done by
Dirty,
June.
how you doing? Hope you're having a blessed evening. That's what we're looking at. And here's my thing. Look, I was like, look, if as I recall, he came out and said he wanted a team. He said he was gonna, take less so that could work out with him and Devontae, and they can, this is supposed to be something that's gonna be nonstop. Carr to Devontae, Carr to Adams, Carr to Adams. That's what I want to hear on Sunday. But if this shit is happening, Phil, I don't know, man. If he's looking within that range,
this range right here, 4 years, $184 million. The good news is that I could tell you honestly is that what Dave has talked, he's the first thing that he's led off his press conference was talking about market values.
yes,
He brought up market values repeatedly over and over again and being disciplined and knowing when to back away. I've been saying it for weeks now. Since Ziegler came over. One of the best things that they do in New England that nobody really does quite as well as they do is set a number for the players and stick to it.
And that's
the agent is going to use every single dirty trick he has in his bag of books to get them to open up their checkbooks and give them as much money as they got.
So let me calculate you what his market value actually is. So we're looking about. So we're looking about what, 2 years? So that's what
wasn't Reggie. Or actually, when Reggie made that deal,
Great,
that
how you
was a
doing,
good
man?
deal for Reggie.
Brian, how you doing? Joey boy, if I didn't say hi to you, how you doing? Then we're gonna pull up this market value right here. So we're looking about, I'm gonna say 30. We're looking at this exact, right on the line. Tony. This is what we're looking at, ladies and gentlemen.
So they're dropping down.
Value is. So I appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The 5K before the season starts.
Exactly.
2 years, 30. So 2 years, $37 million a year. That was that. Somebody else had put that up, didn't they?
I don't think
that was the Spot Track numbers.
So, Spot Track had those numbers too?
had a 37 million a year.
So we got good fucking common sense. Cause you're slightly you're about $2 million over Kirk Cousins. You're $2 million over, so you'll be $2 million over Russell Wilson. You're about $3 million short of Deshaun Watson. So, and you're about $3 million short of Matthew Stafford. So, in my point right there, that makes a lot of sense. I think 37. I mean, hey, I know. I think 30. Hey, look, I think 37 mil is a good number. What would you say? Because you're looking like you making that scared face like Pop.
You know, the law over here is after me. 37.
I think
No.
30. I mean, everybody can agree.
No.
37 mil is about right for within those 2 years.
No.
Really?
The number is 35.
Really?
This organization set the number at 35.
Best I can give you 35 mil.
Can't do it. Hey, it's tax free.
Yeah, you got a point. That is tax free.
It's tax free. You're already set up with residents, so you ain't got to.
It's a 2-year extension. So you be playing with what you have this year, and then the remaining 2. So basically, you're on a 3 years.
And Joku, that is the impasse that they're currently at. That is the impasse.
So exactly, it's about, you know, within that it comes up to about nearly about 100 mil. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you gotta, I'd say what, you give him about what, 42 mil up front in cash. I say I give him about 42.
Should give me 70. Give me 70 up. Give me 70
So
up.
Give him the 70 up front.
Yeah, give me 70. Pay that man his money. He deserves his money.
Now tell me,
not worth more
do
than
you
35.
still give him the no trade clause?
No.
So I'm gonna give you something. I don't know if I told you or not. That's been the thing that's been in the way for the last 3 years now.
And it should be.
So we're going back to this current year, 2020, and we're going in. So 2020 going into 21, 2019 going into 2020. That's what's been the problem. No trade clause.
Never. Nunca.
Now, I wish I can go back and possibly find the audio of what Adam Schefter was speaking on that week. What was it? The week 4 game against the Chargers. When the game was on delayed, he was sitting down speaking on this. He had said that if Derek Carr were to get to the playoffs, if you do a 30, no.
2 years guaranteed?
No. On 2 years, yeah, no. No. Can I put it like this?
I'd consider it.
You would?
I'd consider it. I didn't say I'd take it, but I'd consider it. I'd have to think about that.
Look, you got to show me look. Go back to what Adam Schefter was saying. You had to have a playoff season. You had to win that playoff game. He did not win that playoff game. And that's why he did not get that. But was extension considered if he had got to the playoffs?
You can get a no trade clause with no guaranteed money. How about that? See, Kev, that's why I fuck with you. That would be some stuff I would do. No guaranteed money. You can have a no trade clause. I'm gonna cut your ass in a heartbeat.
Hey, look. Hey, look. I'm just saying. Just saying right here, because you did something like that. So you want this? You want that? We can't. It's one or the other. That's where I think they're at right now. It's one or the other. We have something laid out here for you, and if you don't take it, well, go eat a dick like Kobayashi.
Damn. Yes.
I mean, damn. I mean, shit. If I didn't really we didn't said nothing but positive. We saying, look, we trying to establish something right here, and you trying to reap us for more? For more? You trying to take more from me? You can't take more from me. I'm gonna tell you this. From the talks I've heard about Dave Zeigler and them, they ain't gonna get pushed over like that. Not one damn bit. They're not gonna get pushed over. They're not gonna fold. They're not gonna give in. What more do you want from me?
Right?
I mean, shit. Oh Lord. I heard that. Congratulations. But I mean, Phil. What is your exact number that you're willing to give him?
$35 million. I'd give him I would have given him a 3-year deal with avoidable option, 70 upfront, 105 million. I think it would have ended up being 105 million. 3 years, 100 million was what I said. 105 actually.
So 105 mil. I mean that sounds okay.
So I've seen somebody say 4 for 140. That ended up being 35 a year, but they gave him the fourth year that he wanted. I had also seen somebody mention the no trade offer at 35 million.
Okay. I'm
not tickled pink about it, but if push came to shove and that's what it took, that's what it came down to get it done for 2 years with avoidable year and no trade.
I'm telling you this. I'm telling you this right now. This is what Dave Zeigler gonna end up doing if they stay still. They want to say, no, we still want this large amount. This is what's going to end up happening right here. Y'all want to see what's going to happen? I'm going to show you what's going to happen.
Oh, wow. Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
That's what's going to happen.
You better have my money.
Dave Zeigler going to slap the shit out and say, no. Y'all want to see it again? Dave Zeigler going to walk up Tim Younger and it's going to be like this.
Oh, wow. Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
It's going to be like that. I'm going to tell you this right now. Dave Zeigler ain't no punk bitch. He ain't no punk bitch. No. Look. Did you hear the one thing he did say? Did you hear the one thing he said towards the end of his day yesterday? And this had me dying. Because that's what tells me that Dave Zeigler is a savage. He was asked to hold the fuck back. My friend sent me those memes. Dave Zeigler was the clown face on it. The guys I grew up with keep me in check. Hold. They keep you in check. What the fuck were you about to do? Dave, what were you going to do to that guy that made you out of a clown meme? That scares me right now. Because Dave sounded like he was going to make that motherfucker's life a living hell.
He wasn't about to make nobody.
No. Dave Zeigler, he comes from the house of fuckery. Fuck with me, you gonna get fucked back. Raw. Pause.
Super pause. I feel.
I'm just saying, bro. Because Dave Zeigler looked like, oh, you want to fucking make a meme out of me.
Guess what? Since we got the king of memes over here, you remember that shit the next time you think you ready to step up and take on Big Dave and see if that Z bolt of lightning don't come down and strike your ass and make you extra crispy.
I ain't got to do shit to Dave Zeigler. I ain't got to do shit.
He said Zeigler got Ike Turner.
Me and Dave Zeigler on the same page.
I'm judging you. I'm judging you.
He said Dave Zeigler got that Ike Turner energy.
Said Dave Zeigler has the Joker agenda from the dark. No, here we go. Hey.
Oh, shit.
And the floodgates have been opened.
I'm just going to say, Dave Zeigler ain't no punk bitch.
I did say raw.
Yeah, I did say raw. I said raw. You can have a press conference about it. Guys, I'm just saying, look. No, the way he came off right there, you know, he wanted to come back and clap back at you and say, "Oh, I got something for your ass." Hold on. I'll get back to that one. Zeigler will be in Jacksonville if he don't win. I don't think Ziegler's going to be dealing with a situation like that. Okay, nope. He's had success and he's got rings to prove it, and he's going to tell somebody, probably one of you guys, "Kiss the ring, bitch. Kiss the ring." He might slap you with it and say unity. Or he might say Super Bowl. Zeigler with the speech from Independence Day to the
On this day, we fight for independence.
I'm going to be real. You know what I got to do? I'm going to do it tomorrow. I'm going to give y'all a gift tomorrow. Y'all going to enjoy this. Dave Zeigler don't play that shit like Homie the Clown.
Man. This is a sports show, ma'am.
Ma'am, this is a Denny's. Woo, she's another day. He going Will Smith somebody, yeah? And you got to give props to what Ziegler's been able to do. We got about, 25, 26 free agents in this year than what we did last year?
23.
And it's not no subpar shit. These guys are good. These guys were starters. These guys were instant impacts when they needed to do their job. He's got, that's right. He got players that will do their job.
They do what?
They do their job. And that's what I like.
I think Adams wants to play with anybody who's going to throw him the ball and help him earn that $141.25 million that he is contractually obligated to receive. Mm-hmm. I don't think he gives two, because remember, the Raiders are his favorite team too. Yes, that's my best friend, but aside from that, the Raiders are his favorite team, and they paid him more than any other receiver in the history of the league. Green Bay refused to pay him when he put up all those numbers. The Raiders came right out and did it. So
Shit.
regardless of who it is that's over there, if he wants to get all his money, he go enjoy his quarterback, run his routes, and catch the football when it hits him in the hands.
Yep. Oh God.
They're not getting rid of Baker. They just said they're keeping Baker, especially since they can't get anything for him in a trade, and they're not going to just cut him. So they're really about to make an unhappy Baker.
That is, oof.
That's dirty. That's
and
the reason that now make no mistake, the reason that they're hanging on to him is in case Watson is not able to play this year.
Yeah,
so
which
they're
is
really slow fucking him is what's really going on.
They got that motherfucker Baker hidden in the basement now.
Bruh, I wish that I could be a fly on the wall to hear that.
That motherfucker. What's the owners for the Browns? Was it Haslam?
Haslam, yeah.
I'm sorry, Haslam. I never meant to hurt you. I never meant to make you cry, but tonight I'm hiding in the closet.
The opinions expressed by Phil Jones are indeed his own. Now,
yes.
I'm up here with him, but I don't know what the hell he talking about half of the time.
Hey, look, it just goes as it goes. You know, hey, pops up in the head. I just say, hey. That's
at this point, I'm all about what he's doing. I'm all about his movement. That's all well and good.
Yeah.
He's about CK7. I need him to be about the Las Vegas Raiders. And he's just not going to do that. And it is what it is.
Damn, that motherfucker Josh Dubrow.
No.
Bruh.
No.
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 Hell no. Hell no. You know, I've said some goofy shit, but hell no.
I mean, that'd be better than one who stares down the primary, but, you know, it is what it is.
Where this shit at? Where this shit at? I got to pull this shit up because it's going to kill me.
Well, you keep this thing rolling, Phil. I got to dip out of here.
Oh, no, we getting ready to wrap up. I just got to pull up this last thing right here. If I don't pull this shit up, this shit going to really hurt my last nerve.
Yes, I am. I'm ready for the draft. Yes. It's going to be so lit out there in Vegas. So lit. You're going to look for the Unfiltered to be live on scene. Me and Tony going to be going bar to bar, trying to keep our wives at the casinos happy on the slot machines. Rich said he was going to try to float out there. Said we're supposed to link up with all the other content creators on Friday for the football game, among other things. It's gonna be a busy weekend for you, boy, and I still don't even know if I'm working that motherfucker yet. Right? All of that, and I still don't even know if I'm actually gonna be going out and doing what I went out there to do.
Damn. So that man is just evil, bro.
Who?
Dubrow.
I thought he was behaving himself recently.
Oh, you know, because he caught me with something. He caught me something. He really did. He really did catch me with something. 60 mil. And Dubrow don't say shit like that just for fun.
No, he rarely ever talks money.
I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry, but I'm going to explain this as best as possible. If Josh Dubrow throws out numbers, these numbers are accurate. No matter how bad it hurts your feelings or not. But this motherfucker really just said 60 mil. So I am in the. So basically, I might be in the ballpark.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the more and more because I'm gonna put it like this: certain folks put out subliminal messages. They know something, and I think we were looking about what 37, about 35 to 40 mil range.
Yeah.
And Peyton, that ain't cap, bro. I've known Dubrow in this business for a long time now. Shit, Phil, you even been in the booth with him.
Yep.
So
not the game player, not him.
He crunches numbers for a living. So if you gave that man the access to handle salary caps, shit, I don't know. That motherfucker he make sure you still got money back from 2016.
Oh man, you want to talk about the old-fashioned accountant? That would be Dubrow.
Yeah, that's what he is, bro. I'm gonna put it like this. And look, like again, I get a lot of people don't like him all the time, but I'm gonna just say this. I'm talking about Dubrow he basically threw a number out. Everybody's saying, oh, if there's a stall in this little contract, what's the numbers now? Is it 45 now? I thought 40 was good, or 45 was good. He's looking about 50 to 55 mil. And yeah, Dre, I think you hit on the ballpark on that one. But 60 mil.
That's not realistic. That's just not realistic.
And I was hearing some chatter at that damn league meeting, bro. That's been getting around there.
Oh. And what is this old chatter?
Raiders is raising the eyebrow like, can y'all believe this motherfucker? This motherfucker lost his goddamn mind.
You see this guy? You'll see, and you know where that came from? That came from Aaron Rodgers and that $59.3 million he's supposed to get next year.
Oh.
Yeah, you didn't see that part of his contract, did you?
Ain't sarcasm. I get it.
It sure does sound like it, because anytime somebody says I want to give any player 60 million, I'm like, for what?
I'm putting it like this.
That damn good.
He has his little slick shit, but it doesn't shock me because, again, like you said, Rodgers' contract and what he's making next year.
Mm-hmm. But what the Chiefs paid Mahomes. They started it.
Yeah.
By giving him all that money. And they're already cutting guys, and he hasn't even started making all his money yet.
You see they're bleeding right now.
Mm-hmm. Their free agents is leaving.
Now, if you can build, don't get me wrong, they can build through the draft. That's why I don't hold them. I don't see them falling completely apart.
No, they got draft picks. They got a lot of draft picks to come back with.
And you can build through the draft.
And they suddenly have a lot of money too, because all that money they were allocating to Hill, they can now use. Similar to what Zeigler was talking about in terms of pivoting and being able to switch it up and be fluid with the situation. But let's go ahead and wrap this up. I got to
Yeah.
get out of here before I have to fight my wife as soon as I
Oh
get
boy,
up.
she gonna kill you. But look, the last thing I will say is this: I know everybody jumped around saying that Raiders were trying to get back into the top 2 rounds of the draft, and yes, they are most likely looking to get back in that. Now, everybody's saying, what do you trade? What value do you have? So far, I mean, everybody's like, oh, he's going to trade Darren Waller away. The one thing that caught my ear going back to the beginning, they like Darren Waller. They like Hunter Renfrow. These were key guys that were noted who this team
needed to keep.
I'm going to tell you this. Similarities. Renfrow is your guy that you had with Edelman and
Wes Welker.
Yeah, Wes Welker. And then you look at Waller, that's like Gronkowski mixed with Hernandez without the killing. I know, cringy. Jacobs, they like. If you really look at it, look how they doing well with their Alabama running back. I'm opening up a shelter for Batman. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, man.
But in reality, those two are considered an option, Carr and Waller, if they definitely look to do that. Jacobs, he doesn't have that top value.
Nope, not fast enough.
Remember, Jacobs was a later first-round pick, but because of the performance that he has showed and because of the amount of injuries that he's had over the past few seasons, that value tends to trickle down. So at best, you probably get maybe a third and fourth round range.
Probably fourth.
Late third round at best, depending on who you're dealing with. So those are your two guys, and they're damn sure not giving up no Hunter Renfrow.
Nope.
So those are your two guys right there on that table. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Yeah, who's the next motherfucker to go?
It's going to be Waller, because when you look at Waller's contract, that's the piece to move.
Well, the thing about it, Waller's it's easy to move, but the thing about it, you're losing a key target.
That's why he's getting the first, because he is that key target, and he's that key target with the $7 million cap hit at a premium position. That's why he's getting the first. When it's not about what he means to the offense and why that's a bad move. But when you're looking to move up in the draft and you need to be able to move a piece that you know for sure is going to get you a first, it comes down to Carr. It comes down to Waller. Those are the only two guys who are going to get you a first.
Now, here's the thing. Who would you trade him to if you're trying to get your first? Because right then and there, that's a gaping hole.
It is.
If you really look at it, this is how you got to also look at it too. That's why I'm saying you got to play this right. Because, you still got Foster Moreau, but the thing of it is, what Foster Moreau really doing right now? That's the one thing right there. You got to think about what is the one thing that Foster Moreau is really doing for us. You lose a guy like Darren Waller who has been able to bully linebackers, corners, and safeties. That's a piece that's going to come back and bite you.
If they make that move. I doubt they make that. I doubt they make that move.
Yeah. And I think at the end of everything, you don't let them go.
No.
You don't let them go.
No, not for anybody. Not for anybody in this particular drive cap.
You're not
class.
picking up Mark Andrews' contract.
Nope.
So at the end of the day, it's best that sometimes maybe you should just be patient and sit until the third round and do your thing. I say you keep everybody in place and win with what you have. But those are your two guys that are on the table right now. So we'll keep you guys posted. Robinson about to get slapped like Chris Rock. I want to thank you guys for tuning in this evening on a little bit of short notice.
Got a good turnout for a short notice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Real good turnout.
You guys, if you're new to the channel, subscribe to the Unfiltered Truth. You know, go on and hit our Venmo. Bless us. You know, we trying to build up more content. We make some upgrades for the show. As always, before I even forget, we have a Twitter community, the Unfiltered Truth. Come stroll on in. We will, I'm going to tell you this. No violence in this community, all right? This is a safe space that I'm holding. All right?
And look for my article, The Genius of Dave Zeigler, should be dropping tomorrow on the Raider Ramble.
Yes, the only time we're going to have violence is after dark. But again, give us those likes.
Appreciate you, Brian. Thank you.
Subscribe, you guys. Appreciate it, Brian. As always, I'm Jones. That's Robinson that's about to get slapped like Chris Rock. And he might be dealing with some entanglements.
You know, if you see me with sunglasses on the next time I have a show, you'll know why.
Hey, look. Don't
battered husbands anonymous, but you know my name.
The real battered husbands of California.
Right.
As always, appreciate you guys. Y'all have a great evening. Take care. God bless. As always, we out.